Welcome back to Warlord Wednesdays, a division of the Kolat Information Network. So, Woodrow and Josh, the team at Kingswood Games, decided to bless us today with print and battle decks for each of the 6 factions in Into the Accordlands. Their description on these was that they're using an uncommon warlord and signpost. That was their uncommons and commons, all of which are cards into the Accordlands. So all of these cards, some of them are reprints, some of them we saw in the previous decks that they have posted, and some of them are brand new. So today, I thought I would go over at least one of the decks. I'm going to, alphabetical order, we're going to go with the Deverenians. And so we're going to start with Lord uh, Belisoko. Um, so this is a Warlord character, Human Noble, is a fighter and a wizard, um, level 4. It has +8 and +4 melee attack, 15 AC, +8 skill, 3 hit points. It has an ability we have not seen before called True Strike. This character strikes may not be canceled or redirected. So I like that they're trying to keyword certain phrases and make them very easy to understand. But I also like the fact that they are putting reminder text. Okay, so his ability is limited order, move target equal or lower level character forward or backward 1 rank. This move may not create an illegal rank. Okay, nothing earth-shattering other than the artwork by Jason Engel. Fantastic as usual, my friend. Now this next one is very vanilla, um, but I think it's still a very interesting card. Church Inquisitor. This is a +3 um, melee attack that is fire, 13 AC. It's a level 2 character, human knight, +3 skill, 2 hit points. We don't have a ton of characters, um, at least that I can recall, that are level 2 with 2 HP. And typically, the ones with 2 HP have lower ACs than this. So it's very possible this could be, even as a vanilla, a very good character for 5e. Um, you only got about a third of a chance to hit. Uh, through that armor class, and having 2 hit points is actually pretty vital. Also, this artwork is fantastic as well. Next up is Ambitious Squire. This is a level 1 character human, +2 attack, 12 AC, 0 skill, 1 HP. Ambitious Squire gains +2 attack and AC for each adjacent higher level Deverenian character. So as I recall, this card was in the Gen Con preview decks from a couple of, from a year and a half, 2 years ago. So we've seen this one already, but now we have some fantastic art by Ray. Um, I really like the aesthetic that they have created here. Um, I like that they get bigger when you have somebody that is higher level. So as you're using your steeds to cavalry to the front ranks, um, it makes these guys hit harder and harder to hit, which is fantastic because we know how our front ranks get in this game. All right, we're gonna scroll down a little more. Um, Squire Fendrick. This is a reprint. Um, Level 2 fighter, character human, plus 3 attack, 14 AC, plus 2 skill, 1 HP. Limited order. Spend a character in this rank. Move forward 1 rank. If Squire Fendrick moves, he may perform a melee strike. Again, action economy. Um, Spending another character in this rank does hurt. Um, can technically hurt, but I like the fact that you are getting a combination of 2 actions in one. Um, I'm a very big proponent of getting multiple actions or getting to do multiple actions consecutively. Um, I've showed that in other games when I play Star Wars Destiny, when I play Star Wars Unlimited with Leia earlier this year, or oh yeah, earlier this year. Action economy is huge, and it is also huge. To me, it's also very huge in Warlord as well. All right, let's go on to page 2. Next up is another reprint. This is Squire Parthas, um, level 1 uh, fighter, character human, plus 2 attack, 10 AC, 1 skill, 1 HP. Spend order. Squire Protheus performs a number of melee strikes equal to his level. Uh, Again, this is nothing fancy here, but if you have ways to increase his um, level, like cards like leveled um, or equipment, then the more powerful he becomes. 10 AC is a liability. Just one out of two to get a hit, and 1 HP is certainly squishy. Um, but if you do if he somehow survives and you get to increase his level, multiple strikes is going to be painful. Next up is Tar, uh, Taumar the Protector. Um, this is a level 3 wizard character human, plus 2 melee attack, 13 AC, plus 7 skill, 1 HP. Each fighter in this rank in front of him gains plus 2 AC and skill. Bear with me just a second. I marked all this stuff today, and that was a reprint. Okay, I was thinking that was old artwork and that was a reprint, but I wanted to be sure. Um, so yeah, again, this is basically a fighter, a wizard that's a fighter support character. You move it up 1 rank, you get it in rank 2. You have all your fighters in rank 1. Bashing away, he gives bonuses, and then he can fire spells at your opponent from behind. Um, oh, and this is a common, so something you'll see a lot of. Um, The other two reprints are both at common as well. Ambitious Squire is a common, and Church Inquisitor is a common. Well, that's interesting. All right, let's go down toward this end. I Have Your Back. This is a wonderful reprint. This is a first level fighter action. React after another character in this rank is targeted with a strike. Redirect the strike to this character. Um, so obviously, uh, besides tempo being a major factor in games of Warlord, or most games that go, you get an action, I get an action, being able to mess with your opponent's plans um, is also something that is very big, whether that's canceling an action or redirecting. So in this case, if you this isn't a game that you played before, um, typically one player gets an action, and it's usually to attack with a character, and you have to exert or tap, exhaust, spend in this case, um, to be able to do the action. Your opponent is going to then attempt to take out one of your characters that's ready, that hasn't done their action yet. And so by using a card like I Have Your Back to redirect to the character that you've already used, um, you safely keep your opponent from messing with the guys that you want to attack with. Um, Been a standard in fighter-based decks for a long time. So now we're going to look. So next up is Blast. This is again another reprint. It's a level 1 wizard action. It is. They've started giving element keywords. So this is gain the fire keyword. Order, perform a +3 range strike. So for those folks new to the game, a range strike, um, you have to your target has to be 2 ranks away. So you're firing over um, 1 rank of characters into the next rank. An order can be performed without spending. It would have to say spend order to force you to tap or spend your character. Um, Again, this is all wizard and cleric actions are also spells, unless noted otherwise. So obviously they're casting a spell. Um, +3 is a decent bonus. Um, so like against a character with 13 AC or 13 armor class, you'd need a 10 or better, which is, a coin flip. Again, very easy to understand, fantastic reprint. Speaking of leveled, this is a level 1 classless action. It means it can be played by any character. React after this character performs a strike or action that killed an opposing character of equal or higher level. This character permanently gains +1 level, +3 attack, +3 AC, +2 skill, and +1 HP. Banish this card. So leveled, this is a reprint. I also want to shout out Drew Baker. Uh, Drew did a lot of artwork for Legend of the Five Rings in his day, but he also did quite a number of pieces for Warlord. And I'm glad to see that um, these pieces are getting used again. So again, this is leveling up is something you've done in D&D for years. um, or even in an RPG and video games. Um, so you get a permanent stat boost. Fan, this is again very easy to understand, although it is it is a few things to track. Um, there, I do know. My understanding is there's going to be tokens or uh, in this set that you can um, use to mark these type of things. I don't know if it's actual card that you stick under it that basically shows these stat changes or what, but I know that at one point they were talking about that, so I hope that's the case. Again, it's a very easy card to understand. It's just a lot of stuff that you'll have to remember unless you have a way to track it. All right, so this is a new card. Eager Blade is a level 4 um, fighter item weapon sword. +2 attack, no AC bonus. If this character moved this turn, they gain advantage on melee strikes. Roll 2 dice and use the better result. So items are, um, you can have any number of items, um, but you're restricted by the subtypes. You can have um, you can have one weapon unless otherwise stated, one armor, uh, one helm, uh, one set of I think it's referred to as gauntlets. You can have one shield, um, boots. You can have one familiar. So like you have a hawk or an owl or something like that that follows around and you can point it to do different things. Um, so these boldface traits sort of limit what you can have. You can have a ranged weapon, a bow, and a sword because obviously one's on your back that you can take down and the other one in your hand. Typical D&D stuff. Um, Gaining advantage. Advantage is actually a newer term. I think that was introduced in 5th edition of D&D. So when you have advantage, rolling 2 dice and use the better result. Um, there's also one called um, disadvantage. And so if you have disadvantage, you roll 2 dice and your opponent and then um, you use the worst result. So your opponent has the advantage basically. Um, and although I think it may be worded as they get to choose because of some other abilities. All right, so lastly in this group of this deck is the Warhorse. Warhorse is also a reprint. Level 4 fighter item, steed, +1 attack, no bonus, no AC change. Order, spend the Warhorse, move forward 1 rank. Order, spend the Warhorse, gain +2 attack this turn. Um, Cavalry decks are uh, a strategy where you try to get your bigger characters that that are that start farther back from your front rank up to the front rank, and typically they're done either with actions that move your character um, forward one or more ranks, or items such as steeds, which again you can only have one of, um, that can be used to move a character forward uh, and sometimes backwards a rank. Um, so it works just like you think it would. Um, I know one of the early popular decks in the game was with the Deverenians wanting to give them a steed, move them up as fast as possible. Particularly usually the fighters want on the front ranks. The wizards want to stay in the back. The clerics want to stay in the back because they are um, they're doing sneaky stuff. While the clerics are healing, they're the healers. The fighters are the tanks. Um, the wizards are very squishy, so they typically don't want to be on the front ranks, but they can lob magic at most things. And then the rogues, they tend to do the sneaky stuff, like they can sneak into your opponent's army. Um, we'll get to that later. But in any event, this is just one of the decks that they have um, sent out. I will put a link in the video description to where you can go and download this yourself, print it out, start learning uh, the Deverenians, and kind of get an understanding and idea of how this plays. Um, all the other decks will be listed on the same page. Um, I am going to go over and talk about the other ones in the following days. Um, so just hang out with us, and we will go into a little more depth and understanding and try to ease you into the game as we move into the Accordlands. Thank you for joining me tonight, and until next time, no matter the game, there is no escape from the tiger.